All right, hey collective. I did a survey, a poll, to see if you wanted Emperor reading, Empress reading, or collective reading. And the vote was for Emperor reading. So as per usual, I put together 3 decks. I kind of feel like it's like, I don't know. We're just going to see what comes out. We're going to kind of take a look overall look at like the impact of the past and future events, as well as like if there are any fears or behaviors, the behaviors of the people around them, or, you know, things like that. All right. So let's see, what is the current situation for the Emperor? What is the current situation? Uh-oh. Transforming and possibly even communicating like the reason to some people around him. Yeah, some people who are maybe combative. And it looks like maybe that's because they were, you know, the transformation is this person giving, you know, that's kind of, the message is like, I don't want to have to leave you out in the cold. So I'm kind of letting you, you know, get some kind of like knowledge and awareness or assistance to put yourself in the right energy. Yeah, I love you. Is what I'm getting. I love you, but you know, I can't sit and live in my ego is what I'm seeing here, because it's the strength card. But the strength means that you're not living in your ego anymore. You're not letting yourself believe some false reality. Yeah, the sun card is on the bottom. You've been illuminated to something, so that's good. All right, let's see, is there one more for the current situation? So now that we know about all that, not sitting in the ego anymore, looking at because this is like a message also about like your true feelings about things. Yeah, okay, that's good. Being true to your feelings about, you know, having to, I feel like, I don't know, like give out so much and not receiving, and you felt like these people were mature enough, and if they love me, and this is my family, or this is my bro, or this is my sis, or however it goes, that they would be able to accept it, understand it, appreciate the communication, and behave accordingly. You're kind of sitting back and watching that, pretty much. Yeah? Look, Hermit on the bottom. I wasn't even peeping that. All right. One last thing for this part, for the current situation. All right. Ooh, really having strength over this, the way that you're looking at things with respect to like maybe materialism, not really seeing, you know, everything, the full picture of everything, maybe even some addictions, just depends on who this is. This is good. Getting rid of some destructive patterns, taking back your power, removing distractions, kind of getting ready for change. Yeah. Okay. This is good. That's good. That's good stuff. All right. Let's see. But I do get also in the Devil card, like you're also, this is something that you really want. This is the connection with the divine that you really want. This is how you want to exist. This is how you want to be. You know what I mean? This is what I'm getting from it. I'm getting more so like you're in this energy, Emperor. And it may seem that way to other people because of you having your strength and kind of standing up, but to people it's like you're standing but kind of leaving them attached to their own situations and letting them learn their own lessons. You're no longer being an enabler is what I'm hearing. Yep. It's that 6 of Pentacles again. You're not giving anymore. Okay, so staying in the same energy, like the transformation was for the proclamation. Anyway, let's look into the past. So tell us about the past right now. So the past for the Emperor, what's recently been left in the past. Maybe some work relationships, someone that you worked with. Yeah, because it fell right there on the tower. So maybe even employed, maybe someone you were trying to help them build something, or they were supposed to be trying to help you build, or maybe it was all of the above, but it just isn't. I feel like the flower, it didn't turn out to have like a good smell. And yeah, yeah. take that however it resonates, but it's like the flower just didn't work right. You started to notice like there was a shift, and you need for everybody that you work with to be able to move and go with the flow, and this person wasn't really going with the flow, is what I'm understanding. So maybe even a friend or 2 or 3, I don't know, had to kind of move to the left or get out the way, or in addition to possibly an employee or somebody like that. All right, so what are the challenges from the past now, other than either finding new friends, new employee for? So what are the past challenges? I don't feel like there really are many. Yeah. But this is a lot of cards, so. Ooh, woo, ooh. Okay. The past challenges were actually trusting that maybe someone had already told you about this. Maybe the Empress energy that you resonate with in your life had already told you about this, had already called judgment on this circumstance or situation, possibly. And now that you see it, you're kind of moving forward with the suggested advice and like knowledge. Yeah, making some really core decisions is what I hear about how to, you know, proceed best. Yeah, because you don't want this person to feel like you don't see them. You know, this person is a Queen of Cups, 9 of Cups energy. As far as like whomever this energy is that's that you're letting go of, like whomever you're pretty much having to let somebody go, it looks like. In that process, you're trying to make sure that they understand, like, no, I see that you're a good person, you're a great work ethic, you know, you still wanting to make sure that, you know, you are emotionally nurturing and intuitive and sensitive to what it is that's taking place right now. But you're ultimately understanding and also maybe standing firm in your boundary that things are coming into fruition for you right now. And you don't have the room for any emotions or any emotional attachments or relationships that don't allow you to be fully comfortable and satisfied. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Yeah. Maybe that's what that's.
My foot too tiny. That's what it is. Needle.
I'll look for it.
I already found it.
Okay, good. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So those are the past challenges, and then that's the lessons from the past. Now the new influences. Let's see, what are the new influences? So new influences. What are the new influences for the Emperor? New influences. New influences. New influences for the Emperor. New influences for the Emperor. All right, let's see. Emperor, Emperor, Emperor. Ooh. Okay. New influences are basically you're being influenced how not to burden yourself with people that are going to need you to give, like people that are not going to require, or maybe people that there's a give and take. You know, because it's not like you don't want to give. It's not like you don't want to still be the same Emperor energy and, you know, still be, you know, the man and provide and, you know, do that. But you want to do it in the right places is what it looking like. How will these, unburdening and no longer giving in those situations. How will this affect the Emperor? Oh, wow. Okay. You'll live a really good, happy life. Like, you'll be very pleased. Oh, and you actually will have this whole, like, this is, cycles change, it looks like. And be able to give in the right things in the right place. Like, to be able to give and receive, like I said. Because I feel like this is coming straight from someone who has exactly what you have. And it's like a give and receive place, or has what you need. Like, there's the differences that match. So the missing puzzle pieces, maybe good business partner, someone who has a good business mind, but good business acumen. That you know is going to be stable and loyal, and but at the same time progressive in the correct ways. You know what I mean? Yeah, someone who's not caught up in any type of like self-imposed prisons, or just like lack of knowledge of self and like how to carry oneself, and like the difference in value, you know, self-value, self-appreciation, all those different things, how to treat others. All right, it looks really good for how this the new influences will affect you. So laying down those burdens in that way looks like it's, you know, going to be some good stuff. I mean, which I can't imagine that it's not going to be, because if you're giving somewhere other than the place where you feel like is home, then it's, of course it's not going to really fulfill you. You know what I mean? You'll be in that kind of energy. So let's see. So that's how the new influences will affect you. And then what's the end result of all of this? So what's to be expected now that the Emperor is aware of this? What's to be held in top priority or regard? Okay, I was examining this Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so when I was looking at this Eight of Pentacles earlier, ooh, that's interesting too that this came up. Because it looks like, okay, so I don't know if there's like some suspicion about you or about your person, but it looks like, ooh, so with respect to your person, like, I feel like people are going to work hard to kind of like bring you down, you know, so that you don't have the faith and, you know, don't defend this situation like you should. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's something you're aware of now. And because you're aware of it and you're handling things appropriately, you are healing. You are in the upright energy, or you're in this Ace of Pentacles energy, because you understand that's what this brings you. That also makes you very quick to like know. I don't feel like this is an outwardly emotion. This is the emotion that you carry for the individuals that cross you, or that make you feel like they shouldn't be a part, that you know, that you need to move on from. But that's the ultimate energy, is like, yeah, I have to do that. And like, I gotta give, you know, elsewhere. In order to receive appropriately too, is what I'm understanding. It's almost kind of like defending yourself makes you feel like, you know, it's almost like defenseless. Like, I didn't have any choice but to make these decisions because these people, you know, showed me who they truly were, kind of energy. Yeah. I had to move because I couldn't find, you know, what I needed in this partnership. I had to move on towards another, you know, employee for this, that, and the other. You know, be it even a plumber who was always like messing up or doing something, you know, no matter who it is that you employ, you know what I mean? It's still about their capability to grow and, you know, learn and be a part of the business in a positive way. Yeah. All right, so that's the result. The result is that you're going to be able to give in the appropriate ways. Actually, it looks like you're going to be able to receive from the universe, is what I'm getting here, because this is feeling more like, because it's coming out of that spaceship type energy. So it's like the universe is actually going to defend, or, yeah, defend you. It's kind of like one of those things where like you can kind of lay down your requirement of self, you know what I mean? Don't stay in any self-imposed prisons of thinking that you have to defend anything that's happened in your past. Whatever's happening now, everyone that you're moving forward with and make the decision that to move forward with is going to accept and appreciate you, and you know what I mean? So I get like, if there was any hesitation on like, if I get like someone was holding back because they weren't sure if they'd be accepted, or, you know, it was maybe even some pressure from the people around them, like one way or another, you know. It was like, oh, either somebody's, yeah. Either somebody was trying to like convince someone not to do something with someone, or was trying, like, I don't know. It was just, or that they had done something, but really, the reality of it is they were trying to convince this person that they wouldn't have the material comforts that they wanted. Like, this is not going to bring you what you want, but that's the burden that looks like this person is letting go of. Yeah, because again, it's like working on some materialism of mind and thinking that like you can't. I don't know. So there was a couple that I knew, and they would employ people who clearly had some type of addictions, but they would employ them. Because they would get what, you know, said job done too. And I don't know the rhyme or reason or how these know these people, or, you know, what the connection is for all of those individuals. But I just know that these people, you know, they employ people. So I feel like you're not necessarily in that position, but it's like at the same time, you don't want toxic energy around you. That's what I'm seeing. Like, you really don't have, yeah, you're trying to hold back from having any, yeah, because the world card just flew on the floor. Yeah, you're trying to hold back from anybody that's maybe trying to do anything that's going to try to change your will, or change what you're manifesting, or change what you believe and what you know. You know, to try to give you any, and see, that's the thing, it's coming up against this actual what you're doing with yourself and your decisions. It's coming up as the Ace of Pentacles, and they're trying to trick you with these Page of Pentacle offers, as if, you know what I mean? Because this situation is kind of like, well, no, this is really what I want to do with my life. This is, maybe you could even be someone who's like deciding what they want to do as far as like graduating, or, you know. Look on the bottom here, the Emperor, Queen of Pentacles. So it's like, you know that you're going to be in this, and you're probably currently in this healthy and body and finances, grounded and calm energy. And you know, you've already kind of examined all the cups. Look, because this were the other two cards that came out, the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So it's like you already had a chance to examine all the cups and look inside. And you know which one you're taking, because you got your cup. You're on the road and you've got your cup. So maybe it's just the fact that everybody sees what you're coming from, like what you've already experienced, what you've already done, and they're making judgment off of that, which everybody has a past too. And that's one of the things that you and your person also know. It's like, what have your decisions been thus forward? Have you been loyal and honest to yourself in this time period about what you really want? You know, if you really want to be in this, you know, Emperor energy, you know, how do I get there? You know, what are the right choices and the wrong choices, you know, to keep me from it? But it looks like it didn't matter. Rest assured you made the right decision, because I'm pulling these right off the top. It's like just, you know, clearer and clearer as the cards move forward. Like, you defended the right thing. People are trying to have you waver in that right now, trying to have you go back on what you've already communicated to the universe, yep, about what you wanted. But intuitively you knew better. Yep. So you weren't really heartbroken about what you learned, or maybe you were a little bit like, dang. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, I'm taking ownership for the fact that maybe I was giving too much. You know, I gotta take ownership for, you know, what I did, and like move on from it. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. Look, you know, but make sure that now, if I'm sacrificing anything, I'm sacrificing what doesn't serve me best, what isn't really truly justice for me sitting on this. You know, that was the decision, and that's really put you in this star energy too. Even got you out here looking good, smelling good, because it's got the Queen of Wands on the bottom too here, which is very confident and focused, and you really got life by the, you know, reins right now is what I'm getting. Like, you've got what it takes. You're making all of the right choices. You're making really good choices. Yeah, it's the Queen of Wands to the Queen of Cups to the Six of Cups. Maybe that's even what you've decided is like, okay, I have to move on and only give in places where it fulfills this energy to appropriately receive in the ways that I need to, because I can manage and do and make business and help other people be prosperous. But what I really need is someone who's actually going to be able to help me defend in a different type of way. It's all a part of letting these burdens down and having these new adventures in life, like these new opportunities that really fulfill you, you know, emotional fulfillment. Look, again, Emperor energy. Ooh, and then there's the Two of Swords, which is on the deck right now. You can't see that, huh? It's right over here. I've been pulling. It's right over here. I've been pulling right from the top of this. But the reason that I wanted to mention the Two of Swords is because I was actually looking at that in more detail, because I was like, no, that's just to say, like, you may have had some decisions that were tough to make, but that you're conscious of making the right decisions. You're conscious, like there's nothing, you're not in an eluded or heartbroken or regretful type of energy. You're waiting because you know that there's no regret, where you know you're going to have victory in truth, you know, regarding what it is that you want. Like, again, it's ending and beginning with the two same energies. So I don't know if you saw that. Let me move them forward here. But look, started from the bottom and we're here. It's kind of giving that energy. Like, this was at the bottom though, so it was the opposite way. Let me pull it this way, and then it was that. Yeah, it looks like there may be some individuals that really work hard to try to have you not see the victory, not be able to, you know, they want to, but I feel like that's an illusion that you don't want to live in, which is why you're making the decisions that you're making. But anyway, here's all about what it was. Like, you're making sure you don't want to regret. You're being patient. You know, there's that Five of Cups twice. It's like, yeah, I don't want to make the same mistake twice and end up in the same position. So since I'm here and I can see really clearly what it is, because the sun on this Lover's card is really making it feel like the sun, but it's like something's been illuminated to you, like that you have to follow your heart and really make smart decisions on what you do in order to get to where it is that you really have the trajectory to want to go. Like, if you really want to be in this Emperor energy and this world energy, which is what has popped out a couple times and even flew on the floor. So it's real, you know, it's like, okay, you're seeing the value in maybe being patient and saying, okay, I'm gonna sit tight and just, you know, finish up what I need to finish up. Yeah, maybe there was some energy of maybe some energies outside of you that were trying to send this energy of like putting you under fire, making you feel like you're taking too long, or like, I don't know, maybe trying to make you feel like you're taking too long, or that like what you want won't be there. It's like, no, it's kind of like, be reasonable, you know what I mean? That's always a part of it. Don't be misguided also, because it's like, if there's this Ten of Cups energy in the spirit of what you're doing, so it's like, okay, maybe if you're missing out on XYZ event, it's so that you can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, M, and L. So it's like, it's really opening up to a whole lot more by closing off to one or two other things, is actually opening up to a whole lot more. So when you see it being beneficial toward, see, it's that change. When you see it being beneficial towards, in many different ways, towards yourself and the people that are going to be involved, then that's when you're thinking you have to surrender to like the thoughts that really serve you well. You know, you have to not waver from that. And that's what I see here as someone who's been met and combated with, you know, just about everything that you could imagine with respect to the friends and family and people around them that don't want them to necessarily not be, you know, subservient to whatever it is that they've been. Yeah. Whatever it is that you've been subservient to doesn't want to really let go of you, but you've learned to let go of it, and it doesn't have any other choice. Yeah, because, and it looks like you and like whomever you're working with, I'm just going to put it that way, that person also has done the same thing. So whenever there's something between you guys, look at that poop on the floor in between these two, and they're not chained up to this entity here. So now whenever you and your person are met with that, you're clear on where it comes from. It's not the actions of the other person. It's this demonic entity that's trying to, you know, move and maneuver. And Divine Masculine, got some hairy legs. Because this character here has some hairy legs. Yeah, it's all about surrendering and kind of just continuing forward, and your acknowledgement of like what you really know, what you really see, what you're really manifesting. Because this Fool card is very much giving like magician energy. And it's like there's a flock of people watching you, and I get that flock of people that's watching you is trying to see like, oh, okay, well, how is this person going to figure it out if we keep doing this? They don't know that you've already figured it out, because I also looked at that Two of Coins, which means that someone is actually doing very well. The Two of Pentacles is actually someone's doing well. In the upright, someone is doing well at evaluating and making sense of what it is that they need to really bring balance into their life. Yeah. I heard, who do you love? and there's that Four Cups energy on the bottom. So really knowing what serves you best, your highest self, and not yielding, like not bending at all. Yep. And being patient enough to say, you know what? No, if I know that this is best, then everything that I put under, you know, my wing is what's going to come to fruition. It's going to be just like I like it. Yep. That would be an illusion for you to believe that, you know, you weren't going to move because you have the goals to, right? You're just in a patience. I could see if it was a Knight of Pentacles coming out. You're not thinking about it anymore. You're just kind of sitting in that, waiting for the right moment, waiting for divine timing. In the meantime, you're balancing whatever illusions that come, whatever offers. And I get that, like, whomever your partner is, they're also being faced with kind of like the similar things of like understanding and knowing, like seeing when people are trying to come and like, I don't know, it's almost like combat the truth, like come at them behind their back or something, like thinking that they have the truth. But then when your person is met with them, they end up like feeling stupid because your person is in the Nine of Cups. It's like your person is right where they're supposed to be, you know? 9, it's like fruition. Like my life has come to where I want it to be. Fruition, right? You know, emotionally, I am comfortable and I am satisfied with how my life is, you know, what I want to do and what, you know, investments I want to make. And I say investments because there's a lot of money out here on the table. Yeah. Whoever this is defending this too. I also get an energy of like just very protective from the head down to the toes. You don't even have to do the defensive mode. Yeah, but that's the illusion that maybe some people have been under. That's why they maybe continue to combat or try to combat, is because they're under the illusion that you or your person that you're supposed to go into business with are like not progressive enough to see. Yeah, that they regret. They feel like whomever it is like they regret it. Whatever it is that they got away with so far, they regret it. It's almost like you were trying to show them too. And I guess that's why the divine has looked at you so differently. It's like, wow, these individuals, it looks like were these two here, whoever, you know, working alongside of you were confused and looking up at the moon. You were showing them like, oh no, wait a minute. That's because there's this reflection from the water. Hey guys, look, I'm in the water. Come stand in the water with me. Like, come go deeper. Like I said, yeah, these people were stuck in this mindset of like having to be fighting and stuff like that instead of surrendering to like the fact that you don't have to be vindictive is the energy that I'm hearing. Like maybe you were just around and you know, that's difficult to that's the other thing too. That was a heavy download that I had. Was just kind of like, you know, there are people that are immature at all different ages, and some people don't recognize immaturity, as well as maybe those who are emotionally immature. I mean, as well as some of those people who are emotionally mature. So emotionally mature people actually recognize immaturity a lot quicker. And they've had to face that within themselves first in order to realize that. So like if you're a cheater, if you're somebody that will cheat, that's emotional immaturity. That's immaturity, period. Because it's a hurtful, you know, type of energy that does that, you know, that can't be honest with themselves or with the people around them, that they want this or that and the other, and not just this or not just that either. You know what I mean? Yeah. Want to spread love too much, too quick, too, you know, all this, that, you know, those types of individuals. So it's just kind of like being able to see that for yourself and say, damn, that was immature of me. That's why I was able to connect with whatever these low vibrational, you know, energies are, because some people are like, damn, I look one way, you know, to certain people, but then I look like this to other people who know me well. It's like, no, there's a mix of those images of you, you know what I mean? Because you are both of those, you know, you are the two dynamics, you are the light and the dark. So don't misconceptualize yourself that you aren't built from both sides, that you don't aren't supposed to be even, you know. It's just that at some point you choose, okay, I've learned from this in order to walk straightly enough in this and not feel burdened by the responsibility of being true to myself, because that does mean saying no to people. That does mean letting, you know, go of people. That does mean you no longer holding the space for people because you need to hold it for yourself now, you know, and that's not a bad thing. You know, it's really not. Anybody that loves you and cares about you too would allow that and want to watch you progress and, you know, support you in that. Okay, yeah, at the end of the day, you really want to, yeah, you want to live that lifestyle of being truly in a place of what is this? Pentacles? Yeah. Healthy in your body and your finances, and grounded and calm with the person that you share your throne with, like the people that are in your environment. They have to match that energy, is what I'm understanding, because it's, you know, 2 heads on one throne, right? So, and then it's even down to where like one leg and the other are 2 different colors. And then, you know, there's a lot coming from this. Usually it's an Empress card where it's seen the baby, but the baby is here, meaning that there's a lot of fertility with respect to finances or even family, like growing a family with someone. If you've had a difficulty or that's something you don't have yet, that you haven't obtained, Divine Masculine, it is this connection that actually helps you get there. You know, it's really just being in that situation to be able to have that over these individuals that want to make, you know, set you on fire, make you feel like you're in danger or your person's in danger, or, you know, in whatever fashion that means and however that looks, you know, or, you know, pose problems for you, or, you know, try to present, you know, like I said, illusions. But it looks like this person is leading a bunch of like little chipmunks. These people don't even know what they're supposed to be doing either. So that's what I'm getting now, is like the people that were against this energy for you to be in, they're actually sitting back realizing like that they look kind of stupid, because there's one of them over here in the corner here who's like chewing on his sword. So I feel like somebody's like come to the realization and has maybe brought it to the group's attention that like somebody has actually, you know, like that ruins your own sword. Yeah, there's something that somebody did that kind of put them in the wrong play, is what I'm hearing. Like that was the wrong play. And because they took that route, it enabled you to have the victory over them. I don't even need to pull a card to tell me that. I can see that in this 5 of Swords just in general. Somebody was there fighting with you and they bit their own sword. And I don't know who this is. Somebody that constantly kept giving you new reasons to like doubt where you were going. This is somebody that constantly wanted to be in your ear, or constantly was in your ear, like, nah, man, I heard this. Nah, man, I heard this person did this business with this person and it didn't even get off the, and I heard this person tried this and had this person lose all of this money and boop, boop, boop. Meanwhile, none of that ever happened. None of that ever happened. So, yeah, they didn't know what they were talking about. This is the High Priestess in reverse. They didn't know what they were talking about, and they were trying to misguide you big time. Good thing you thought about it before you moved any further. It's like, okay, you got back in balance and was able to figure that out, and now you're calling judgment. Rightfully so. Because you know that you deserve this new beginning for yourself. You know that. Yeah, and you've already received that message about, like, how many creative options are going to abound, which is kind of why you're in that on your motorcycle with your cup in your hand. Yeah, because look, it's like the new beginning, and it's like a traditional stance. It's a traditional thing of like falling, you know, into place, is what I'm energetically understanding. It has a lot to do with like this other reading that I've been researching on. So you might want to tune into that other one, Divine Masculine, Mr. Emperor, because it has a lot to do with that reading as a whole. I'll take a few from this and then I will wrap it up. Wrap it up. I feel like you do know who's on your team, who's not. You're just not really kind of letting anybody know what your next moves are. You're still moving in silence, which is, you know, your rightful motivation is to remain private, so that way people don't have an opportunity to gossip about you. Yeah, that's a good way to camouflage and get rid of all that dark, jealous energy is by, you know, keeping what you're doing under wraps. Nobody needs to know when you, that's how you keep yourself steady. I said that already. Perseverance, steadfastness, strength. That's how you keep it moving. Yes. You believe, implement, smile today. I feel like you're on the right track. I feel like things are heating up with respect to like the gap and the temperature of things. It's getting that heat, which also may be providing more moisture for the growth, like more fertile land. More, you know what I mean, with respect to, yeah, it has something to do with like this loyal friendly energy that you're getting from this person that you're going to be partnering with, is what's making sure that you have this energy. Look, it's that team spirit, the meteor, that you are working with the right people. Believe, implement, and solve. This is the type of energy that you're, you know, embarking on in this new partnership. This is someone that you do want on the team that's going to be a great asset to the team. And I believe that traditionally that's well known too. Again, this has a lot to do with that reading that I have that's coming in, and I just need to pull the astrology on it to figure it all out. But anyway, and this is like going to still seem like it's a very rapid movement, but it's only because you've confirmed the things that you needed to about with respect to like the loyalty, the aid, you know, what's going to be needed from you, you know, whether or not that you could provide that, because I see aid, dedication, and then yeah, the aid and dedication, like what's going to be provided to you, what's going to be received from you, and whether or not that was acceptable. You know, aid, dedication, and judgment. And you're excited about this friendly adventure. You know that this is going to, this unknown courage that you have is going to be thrilling. It's going to be something that's really thrilling. You were calling maybe some memories of like, what you've imagined in previous situations or what you've experienced in previous businesses that has really made the momentum for the business or the partnerships to do well. And it's exciting you because you can see this new person in those roles with you. Like, I don't know, maybe this person is like your head bus driver and you run a fleet of buses, you know what I mean? And you can see this new bus driver that you're bringing on to be the first type of person that's very proactive, very competent. There we go. Very proactive, very good, you know, with keeping in charge. And you've thought about this long enough. You know, the length of time that you've taken time to think about, a lot of people don't know. I see it's invisible. Like, that's the challenge for a lot of people, is they don't understand, you know, and they also don't understand that they're not competent in the requirement and task that you have. So then how could they, you know, properly pick someone for you when they're actually depending on you to motivate their life? I'm just keeping it 100. Yeah, to be their enthusiasm, you know, for them to come to when they're struggling, to be their hope. And you're actually finding somewhere that you can go, and someone that's going to be your enthusiasm when you're struggling, and that's bringing you hope. So I mean, rightfully so. You don't want to be a two-headed monster or a two-headed being. I'm just going to say it that way. You don't want to be a two-headed being sitting on the throne of, you know, you can't. I'm just going to put it that way. You can't be a two-headed being sitting on a throne where you are healthy in body and finances, grounded and calm, if you don't have the right energy. And all I see here is that people untie themselves from the devil. They're in the right mind as far as, you know, the length of time and what they can give, and whether or not it has the longevity and, you know, the requirements for it to be fulfilling and prosperous is just what I keep hearing. Prosperous. Whoa. Yeah, those old memories and experiences. It's like, so with this new one, it is being, so it's almost kind of like, you ever be in a relationship and you are hoping for it to turn out like this and turn out like that and be able to do this, and or you might start things with the person. Like, one of the things that I liked about me and one of my past people was that we made lists of each other's favorites that we like to get at certain restaurants, or, you know, fast food places, or, you know, just everything favorite. So when we ran into things that our other person liked, we know, or when we would say, okay, I'm going to order, you know, do you want me to pick your favorite? You know, I ordered dinner because I didn't feel like cooking. I got you this, you know, making sure that it was the person's favorite. Just having, you know, the knowledge of that. It was really funny because this person and it was like all the fast food places that were near the house, like all the places that we could think of that were near the house. I would make sure, like, every time that I wrote down the favorites. But I feel like that's a huge part of being in something that's progressive, is actually, you know, finding new ways to make sure that you engage with your person in a valuable and valid way, you know. That way there is no negation, no speculation, no doubt, about whether or not this is the person that should, whether or not you share the same common goals, interests, and communication. So, it could be even fine line, like, okay, maybe you're an enterprising spirit that's really opening a business, but you need to have someone that's also working with you that's like, okay, sometimes I may be a little forgetful, or, maybe I might have to, work through some things sometimes, or, I may be accumulating a lot of responsibilities, and whomever you're engaging with needs to be, I hear not bendable, but yes, bendable, like needs to be pliable, needs to be, needs to know how to go with the flow, needs to know how to like not be needy, but always be there for you when you need them. You know what I mean? Like if you can't, get a shipment out, are they going to go and work late to go get that shipment out? Well, yeah, they're a focused and serious and sensitive and concerned person about the same things you are. They're thinking about the same things. It's a focused, very, similarly focused energy here. And this person is competent, and that's kind of what it takes to continue to have this perseverance and the strength and this enthusiasm, and really be in a team spirit energy where you have these results. That's what I'm seeing now. Okay, these really fast results, that it's like, whoa, we've done so much so quickly. That's what I'm hearing. We've done so much so quickly. Because, okay, where you might have been doing something, let's go ahead and say, Emperor, you were doing, let's say 3 to 5 things, and you're doing it well, and you're doing it just fine by yourself. But now you're adding someone who loves to be entrepreneurial in the same way that you do, right? So this person is not going to waste any time. This person already, let's say, has 10 things that are easily doable, is what I'm hearing. It's easily doable. Whatever things this person loves and is very thoughtful and considerate, and handles things in such a like precious way that they will go through the process of setting up everything and then presenting it right to you. This person, you give them the tools, they go and they get it done. You have like an A+ player is what I'm hearing, and that's very rare. If especially if you're having to get rid of somebody, if this is the type of person that where it takes off the pressure, the pain, the anxiety, the discomfort, and it gives you back some of your time. So you won't be forgetful. You won't be accumulating, scars, or, it's going to be really, this person is very considerate of how they do things. Very competent, I keep hearing. And capable. And this is also maybe like a reincarnated rhythm of someone that you've worked with in the past. And I don't know how the Viking energy is sitting with you, but I feel like this person also understands the dark side of the energy with you. It's kind of like can be in that. It's because maybe they shared a past life with you where you guys were both, on the same side of things. So that's why this person is very protective of your energy, because they recognize like maybe this lifetime you guys have experienced a lot of the similar karmic energies that have followed you in this transformation that you've had to leave from, that you've had to separate and reject, and this energy of abundance and wealth and freedom that you're experiencing right now, where you're able to kind of run away from being, kind of being in captivity without your knowledge, even some would say, because unless you were really aware, if you're moving out of keeping all these people around you that, made you feel a little burdened, let's not play the game, being able to kind of have that freedom and run away from that. This is really, going to what I'm hearing is constantly going to be thrilling. You're constantly going to have new ideas. You're constantly, this energy is something of the past. Like this is something that only time can tell. It's like you have to kind of just let yourself go. I'm hearing, move yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. Yeah, and that's all that recalling, because maybe you feel that too. Maybe this reading will help you to like uncover that, because now I'm being guided to this like moon card off here on the side that's left exposed out of all the other ones, right? So maybe that's going to help you to understand like, oh, wait a minute, maybe this person understands, but it's because you both chose this time and this universe and this lifetime to be in the upright. It's that causes the confusion and the distance and the alienation possibly. Is because the misunderstanding of like, okay, well, why is this person so good this time? Well, like, how could this person be so good? well, they came into this life having learned their lesson. You know, who's to say that, like, if you realize everything that you've done wrong right before you pass, maybe you do get to move on. Like, it really is about that. It's about energetically learning the lessons and coming to, you know, terms with, like, who God really is and who God really wants you to be, you know, which is your highest self, you know. Yeah, what adventures to take, you know what I mean? This unknown courage to live a life that's thrilling, you know. I get this hot air balloon again, and it's like some people don't want you to have it. They want you to feel like it's this somebody's trying to gas you up, is what I want you to understand, is what people keep presenting to you, which is why it presents itself as a hot air balloon. And a lot of people could be generally afraid of the hot air balloon, but that's, you know, maybe that's even something you're going to do with this person. Maybe that will be one of the things, you know, too, that you guys both, you know, maybe jumping out of a, you know, a plane, I don't know, you know, whatever. You know, just things together to kind of build the bond, you know, because people do that. The trust falls, you know, there's all kinds of things that people do together to really help solidify, you know, trust falls and stuff like that. Those can be really helpful. But I get this is going to be on a more intimate level where it's like you get to know this person. You and this person are going to really be intimate enough with each other to really help each other strive and catch up and approach the level of significance of oneself to oneself, you know, in this competent, you know, loving, understanding, like just this real solid, I get a real solid energy here, Emperor. Like if emperors were made, this one's made, and like you can't make it like this. This kind of ever, yes, like the upright in the sun, yes. Having faith and justice and trusting and, you know, knowing what not to approach, when, you know, when to distance yourself, you know what I mean? And when not, yeah. How far away to stay, you know, how long to stay far away, you know, and then when to move in, when to really accelerate so that you can catch up and, you know, approach the things. Because, yeah, this is awesome. I really still get that, like, you've done 5 things really quick, but this person has 10, and then you'll be doing 15 things. It may take a little longer, but only because you've added 10 things. It's not because you're adding, you know what I mean? Because this person has a clear purpose and designation for your forward movement. You know what I mean? That reincarnation is here for a reason. You guys served in this past life, and were made and called to reflect in that past life so that you could have this cycle of fate and clear purpose and motivation and demand for one another in this lifetime. That's what makes you two competent one for another. That's what makes you guys a good team. You know, that's what makes this a good decision. You know, that you know, this whole decision, you know, this restart, you know, like this one day I need to just make this diligent focus and break through my life. You know, this is what this provides. It's like you and this person combined. I was told this once in my previous line of business. I was told that no one was going to work as hard as me. The people that I looked at and saw them and thought that they were working harder than me, they told me I was never going to find anybody that was going to work as hard as me. And I feel like if you're someone who feels like that, like, yeah, this, or people always say that about you, like, yeah, this person is always on their thing. This person is always with it. It's ultimately what you're getting. It's just that easy. It's just seeing something somewhere that other people didn't, and that's the kind of thing that you're being able to see this time. You're able to see this competent energy, and like you're able to see that. It's almost kind of like seeing when let's say you're the type of person, you've been taking the same route into the office every day from where you park your car, and you got to kind of go around the corner, you know, and there's this chain link fence, and in this chain link fence you started to see this little rose grow. And you just been watching it, and it's growing right there up against the chain, no doubt, leaning up against the chain and everything. But you watch this rose grow up from the concrete yourself every day as you've been going back and forth from work, in and out of this office for the last year. At this point, you see that this needs to be replanted. This is something that's obviously needing to be, and that's what I said from one of the previous readings too. Like it's something being taken, like, you know, taking a money plant, or, you know, that's what we call them, jade tree, and replanting it. You know, taking a piece off of it. You know, taking a piece of aloe, like, you know, things like that can regenerate. You know, again, the upright card came out again, and I've shuffled this with the clock. This is exactly what you desire. Yeah, this is not a broken energy. All of that broken stuff is like, you know, it's just unattractive to you. This person wouldn't even be attractive. Yep. This person would not even be attractive to you. You would be confused and distant and alienating yourself from this person. You would not find any desire to move towards this person because you should know that though, because you're in your upright. You would have no desire for someone that was not good for you because you know better. You would stay far away. You would keep the gap. You would be remaining confused. But you see this as someone who is attractive, you know, which is good for business. You know, if you got someone that's looking bummy, you know, you can't send someone in there with no teeth, you know, and some baggy pants to go do this, you know, meet with this, you know, head of the building to go see if you can whoop wop whoop wop. You know, you need someone that's actually polished. You need someone that, even if they're not polished, you know how to get them polished enough. You know, that's all. That's the energy I hear here. This person, you know, you see that this person is attractive. They're unpredictable in the fact that they keep their business to themselves. And because it's a secret. Like, it's attractive that they're unpredictable and a secret. Yes, because it's not, you know, this is something that you can work with. This is something that fits your mold. Yeah, this person is a part of your just assignment procedures and values. That is what this person is here. Yep. And this was all a part so that you could actually confront and conflict and compare and call judgment. That was the initiative that was set off that you've been striving for in this. And it was for you to either receive your flowers or present somebody else with theirs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's for you to, and it's what I'm getting is like, it's both. It's water for both. It's resources, it's wealth, it's opportunity, because where you give flowers is where you get flowers. Just telling you. Another enterprising spirit is coming to work with you. Wow, that's nice, because to be able to put an end to not, you know, having those around you that actually influx your finances, like, that's like, I had a homegirl, every time we would go out, she'd order like something truly expensive on the menu that she knows that I don't even like, but then want to split the bill. And it's like, yo, I'm not sitting here trying to pay a couple $100s for your oysters. Yeah, I got it, but I don't want to have it for you. Like, that's not who I have it for. I have it for my own things. Like, at least order some octopus, at least order something that I actually like. I'm just saying, that's the type of, you know, tired energy that maybe you've been dealing with too. And this person is just like you, where they're going to bring to the table everything that you could possibly imagine that you needed. See, I feel like it's going to be things that you didn't even know you needed. Places yep. This is the tenderness, change, and tide that you are looking for. This is where the illusions stop. Yeah. Then joy and a rebirth and growth take place. All right. So I hope this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.